This week on the Husky Update.
Northeastern Bid Day happens. The rowing team rescues a man from the Charles River, and a racist email sent to Black student groups at University of Massachusetts Amherst. All this and more in this week's episode of the Husky Update.
Your campus, your news, all the time. From the Showman Studio, here is the Husky Update.
Hello and welcome to the Husky Update. My name is Nicole Ramenda, reporting from Showman Studio. Here's this week's news. In our first main story, we take a look at Bid Day here at Northeastern. Bid Day marks the end of the Greek life recruitment season, where fraternities and sororities give bids to potential new members so they can decide which organization to join. We sent our reporters to talk to the Northeastern community for their thoughts on Greek life.
Have you personally rushed or have you any affiliation with a fraternity or sorority on campus?
I personally don't. I've never rushed and I never plan on it.
Have either of you rushed or are you affiliated with any sorority or fraternity in any way?
No. Nope.
Have you rushed or do you have any affiliation with any aspect of Greek life here on campus?
I have not rushed, nor do I have any, I have nothing to do with it,
Same. I have not rushed a sorority.
Have you ever rushed or are you affiliated with any part of Greek life here on campus?
Hell yeah, baby, rush NUTV, let's go. No.
What are your thoughts on Greek life on campus?
I don't have a relatively positive opinion of Greek life in general. I think that Northeastern maybe is a little less extreme than other, like where Greek life happens in other places, but I know that there are people who don't feel very comfortable with the rush process in general, so I don't particularly like Greek life very much, and I wouldn't want to be associated with it personally.
I definitely agree a lot with their values and sense of support systems, but at the same time, specifically at Northeastern, I don't know anybody who came here for the Greek life, so it seems somewhat out of place, but if people enjoy it, then who am I to critique that?
I think they're definitely a lot more popular in the South. Northeastern doesn't strike me as a big Greek life school. I just think it's teach their own. It's not my style. It is a lot of money to pay for it, but if you want to have all of the social events, I understand why you'd want to be in a sorority or a fraternity.
I have very mixed thoughts. My parents were both in Greek life, and they had really bad experiences. My mom, they asked her what her father's income level was when she was applying, and that was just shady. Her sister was also the president of the sorority, and she didn't get into that sorority. My dad, he got in a fight with another club on campus when he was in a frat or something, and then their entire frat was dissolved after that. I don't know. I don't actually know what happened specifically, but just my parents both had bad experiences within Greek life, so that's just has bled into my view of Greek life. I have friends that are in Greek life, and they also talk negatively about it. They're it was fun for the first year, and then it just got very filled with drama, so then they dropped out. Actually, they got the friends the first year, and they're peace out, and then they left.
Greek life, I think, has its ups and downs. It can provide a lot of community aspect to a lot of people who wouldn't have it in the first place. But there is also the tendency for it to get cliquey pretty quick, but I think in general it has a pretty good balance from what I've seen.
I definitely see the positive aspects of it. I can appreciate / respect the event holding stuff that they do, and I've definitely observed that a lot of especially sororities, they have a bunch of events outreach and stuff like that. I mean, I haven't really looked into it because I'm not interested in joining one, but they seem interesting. I think there was one outreach community one that one of my friends from high school who now goes here, she's in one of the sororities and she's doing it, which is cool. But yeah, those are the positive aspects that I've heard of it, but I also know of downsides as well.
Have you guys been affected in any way by the operations of Greek life this semester at all, either tangentially or directly?
Not really. Like, yeah, no.
I haven't had any bad situations. I've heard questionable fraternities at other schools, but that's like parties and stuff, and that's not really something that I know anything about. But yeah, I've never heard anything bad about sororities. I've heard some questionable things from fraternities in reputation.
I hear a lot more questionable things about fraternities than I do sororities. I think sororities, I mean, like, I think why I don't have any like super strong hatred towards them is because they're harmless. Like they seem fun from what I see. I mean, I again have not looked into them, especially the ones here. I think in the South, like Southern culture, it's really, really different. But here, like, they seem harmless, I guess. Like,
it's not like a huge part of our student body's culture. So, like in the South, like if you're going to like University of Alabama, you have to be like in a sorority in order to fit the social like group. But you don't need to be in one here, so that's why we haven't really looked into them.
Not that I'm aware of. I do know that there are like some of my friends who live with people who are in sororities, or people who I know who are like in fraternities or sororities, and for them it's like if you're not in a sorority or with people who are like you're living with them, it can be difficult to have to deal with having to like host sorority events at your apartment or do things that you with people you don't know or are not comfortable with. So not me personally, but I have heard of that happening to people I know.
Well, when we were having the news meeting and when I was walking through campus, there was a lot of people rushing, and it was just like a lot of people in curry, but like they didn't really affect me that much. But they did have like a lot of good color coordinated outfits, which I think is kind of impressive if I'm being honest.
Not me personally, but I have friends who I think have, like, we had a friend who had a bad experience at a party, I think, or something like that. But personally, I haven't had any negative experiences because of sororities or fraternities.
No, I just like walked around to get here because they were like all grouped together in Krentzman because I was too intimidated. That's really it.
Do you guys have any parting thoughts that you might want to share?
I think one thing I want to note is that the pre-professional co-ed fraternities are completely separate from what we have said now. I think they're completely different. The business and like, I think there might be like a pre-PA and nursing one, and like all of those have nothing to do with what we said now. This was solely the Pan-Hellenic ones.
Yeah, I think like the networking aspect of them, of the ones that she was referring to, like the med ones, the PA ones, the business ones, like are actually super beneficial, and I like them a lot. I'm not like pre anything, so I have no like desire to join them, but I can definitely see why people do join those.
Thank you so much. Is there any final thoughts you want to share with our viewers?
I rate Greek life a 2 out of 5 Huskies.
Thanks, Misha. And now to David Malone with Rapid Fire.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm David Malone, and this is Rapid Fire. In local news, an anonymous racist email was sent to black students and student groups at the University of Massachusetts Amherst after the university had reported a rise in anti-black racist incidents. Although the university had stated its commitment to, quote, confronting the racism that continues to infect our society, black students feel this rise in anti-black racism hasn't been given the proper attention. The university has hired cybersecurity firm Stroz Friedberg to investigate the source of the emails. In national news, a 16-year-old teen in Waller, Texas, struck 6 bicyclists with his pickup truck, seriously injuring 3 of them. A witness of the incident claims that the teenager was trying to roll coal, a practice where drivers get in front of bikers and attempt to suffocate them in smoke from their exhaust. Even more troubling, following the incident, the teen was not arrested or even charged after speaking with the police at the scene. Many across the nation are declaring that the driver should be charged, while the district attorney for Waller County is asking that everyone remain patient while they thoroughly look through the police investigation. In international news, Evergrande, China's largest property developer, is $3 billion in debt and not making payments. The company's potential collapse comes as power outages hit large parts of the country. That's all for Rapid Fire. Back to you, Nicole.
Thanks, David. On Monday, September 27th, 2 assistant coaches for Northeastern University's rowing team rescued a man from the Charles River after he crashed his car into it. Trevor Appier and Beatrice Sims were able to pull the man out of the water and into their boat. The man had fainted behind the wheel, which then caused him to crash into the river. The man was sent to the hospital with minor injuries. His car was recovered and towed. That's the news. The rest is up to you. Be sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with the Husky update. My name is Nicole Ramenda. Thank you for watching.